Hi, how are you doing with all your protection and new tools that you have? I hope you're getting a lot out of it, and I hope you remember that you can leave me a message and I will respond to it. Leave me some comments on the videos below to see how you're enjoying the course. So, this is a lesson about water. Now, water is such a beautiful gift from Mother Earth, and it's luckily for us, it's around in a lot of places that we can use. And a lot of people use water in a ritualistic way. It's such an accessible thing. The most powerful and simplest tool for protection when you're out and about is to get some water from a tap and just splash it over your face, splash it over the back of your neck as well, and just ask for clarity, for protection. And just remember that water is really pure, so it's a beautiful way to purify yourself. So maybe now you can start to see how you can blend a lot of these different lessons and tools together. For example, I like to blend the water protection with my mantras. So in the shower, I will say clearing mantras as the water is gushing over my head. I can also do visualizations. I usually visualize a lot of the temples that I've been to in Bali, sacred temples, and there are even water temples. There's one in particular called the Rice Water Temple that I visualize being there and being cleansed, and it's a very nurturing energy for me, and it's very much in the feminine Mother Earth energy, so I can cleanse myself in the shower with the water and use the visualization or the mantras as well. So starting to put those things together is really going to help you to save time during the day and really get an extra boost of the different layers of protection that we can do. And once you start to blend them, they will become a daily routine for you, part of your daily routine. And guess what? There won't be any room for fear. There won't be any room for insecurity there. So that's a really positive thing for you. Okay, I want to talk also about the different types of waters. In the ancient times, the salt water from the ocean was very, very sacred. Very, very sacred. And I'd love for you to keep up that ancient tradition along with me on this journey, because the water from the ocean has the salt, and that's the only way that I use salt in any form of protection, coming naturally from the ocean, from the ocean and the gods and goddesses of the ocean, providing that salt in the water. I never actually added salt to water, and that's just a personal preference for me. So obviously you do whatever feels right for you, but the salt water from the ocean is really beautiful to use. So what you can do is with a very clean bottle of water, a water bottle with a very clean bottle, you can go, next time you go into the ocean, you can ask for permission to take some water from the ocean to use as a protection, to use as a cleansing. And once you feel that you have permission, you can take that water and cover it and take it home. I've mentioned a lot of Bali, so a lot of my training comes from Bali. A lot of these tools that I'm giving you are from the lineage, the Balinese lineages there. And so what they do in Bali is, once they take water from the ocean or any sacred water, is they put it above their heads. I'm not asking that you do that, but just to be aware that what they're doing is they're keeping it as far away as possible from the ground. So what you can do is, once you take that water, what I do is I just take some cotton or some material with me and I cover that. And when I put it in the car, I put it somewhere high, either in the glove box or in those water holders on the side there, or somewhere, but it's not on the ground. So, and when I get it home, it goes on my altar. And if you don't have an altar, you can just put it on a mantle or on a table of things that you're collecting in this course. So, for example, some of you may have, some smudging sticks now, and you may also have a beautiful candle, and then you can put your holy water from the ocean on that table, so it's clear from the ground. With the water, because it does evaporate, I do like to cover it. Traditionally, I put it in a white cloth, but you can use any colour you want and just protect the water, covering the water there. Another beautiful ritual of the water that you may find really beautiful and refreshing to do is morning dew. That's another ancient tradition that was done a lot in Greece as well, in the ancient cultures. They would collect the morning dew from the leaves, and it would really help them to have a good harvest, to cleanse their bodies. So what you can do in modern days is, rather than drinking from the leaves, is just to have a glass of regular water that you asked to be blessed, and then at sunset you put that water out somewhere nice and high in the yard, and in the morning at just after sunrise, you can get up and drink that water, the morning dew, and it is really, really refreshing. It's so cleansing. You will feel the difference there with the holiness, because the dew comes from above. The dew comes from the sky. It's a pure energy up there, and it's also a very the realms, the spiritual realms are above us. So it's almost like a gift from the gods. That's the way I see it. Another way that we can use water as a ritualistic way of cleansing and protecting is to collect some rainwater. You can do that in any larger container. This is really nice to do in the winter. You can collect some rainwater and bathe in it. So you're mixing it with regular tap water from the taps and adding the rainwater. You can add essential oils to that, and to bathe in the rainwater is also a form of cleansing and protection. I like to do that on full moon as well. The connection with the moon and water is very significant and very nurturing as well, and can clear and cut a lot of the negativity of the mind that sometimes can be difficult to cut off ourselves. We can ask the purity of the water and under the full moon to help us with that. Rainwater under the full moon and then having a bath with it is just really, really powerful. So you might want to try that as well. Another thing that could be done on the full moon is to have a glass of water out. So you're collecting the dew from the sunset, the full moon throughout the night, and the dew of the morning, and then drinking that water. You can say mantras, you can do visualizations while you're drinking that water, and that will definitely cleanse you and purify you, and you will feel amazing throughout the day. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to share with you about the purity and the protection and the clarity that you can gain from water.